Right here, I want to talk to you about the days of vengeance. When Jesus said, "These be the days of vengeance, that all things that are written shall be fulfilled." A lot of people and a lot of theologians say there's a lot of stuff that got to be fulfilled in prophecy. I want you to go in the Bible and pick me one verse that has to be fulfilled that haven't been fulfilled in the past in the first century AD, and I would like to see that verse. But we're gonna start here on Luke 21:10. Then said he unto them. No. Then he said unto David Johnson and people 2,000 years in the future. No, that's not what it said. It said, then he said unto them, talking about the disciples and the ones that were standing around him. This was audience reveling. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against nation, and greater kingdom against kingdom, and greater shall be in different places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you. No, they shall lay their hands on David Johnson and the people 2,000 years in the future in the church age. No, he is talking audience relevance. And persecute you, delivering you up to synagogues. I don't think there's no synagogues around now, is it? And into prisons, and being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your heart not to meditate before what you shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And you shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they call to be put to death. And you shall be hated by all men for my name's sake. But there shall not a hair on your head perish, and your patience possesses your soul. Okay, we're going to go back to Luke 21:17. Everybody in church today is hated by all men for his name's sake. I don't believe so. A lot of people that are not Christian really like the church people. They don't really hate them. So this was a first century statement. And if you read the book of Josephus, you'll read 21:16, how parents betrayed their children and children betrayed their parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends. And had some of their people put to death back then. That was a time of tribulation when inside the walls of Jerusalem over 1.1 million people were killed. And most of the killing, no, I ain't going to say most of it, a lot of it was did between the Jews their own self. And there was the Roman came in and took 97,000 away to be slaves at that particular time. So there was close to 200,000, I'm saying 2 million people inside the gates of Jerusalem. Because that was the time of the great feast when all this happened. But let's see what Jesus said more about it. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that desolation is therefore is nigh. Let them which are in Judah flee to the mountain, that there which are in the midst depart out, and let them that are in the countries enter not therein. See, this thing, what we talk about here, it's a Judea thing, Jerusalem thing. It's not a worldwide thing. How can we flee to the mountains in Jerusalem here in the United States? What are we going to do? Catch a plane over to Jerusalem and go up in the mountain? No. This is a localized judgment in the land of Judea only. For Jesus said, Luke 21:22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. So, this let me know that all prophecy was fulfilled when Jerusalem was conquered with Vespasian and Titus, his son, the Roman legions. This all happened back then. It's not happening now, and it's not happening in the future. And it say, let them which are in Judea flee to the mountain. So those that was in Judea, if you read the book of Josephus, if you read history of Jerusalem during that time when the city was surrounding, they actually went to the city of Pella. And they hid up in the hills until everything was over with. And Jesus also told them back in one of the other books, he said, let them don't even come down from the housetop. Because when the Romans broke in the city, they were grabbing them. But those that was on top of the housetop, you could run the way the houses were designed in Israel back then. You could run from one house to the other one till you get to the city gates, until you get out of the city. But if you were down in the streets of Jerusalem, boy, it was too late for you. So that's why Jesus said, don't even go back in the house to get your stuff. He said, if you're on the housetop, do not come down, just flee on the housetops. And the ones that fled on the housetop, they were saved. They went to the city of Pella. Read the history of it. But Jesus said, these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. What things are written? The scripture. The scriptures talked about this. Joel talked about this, the last days. Hebrews 1:1 said the last days was when Jesus came down and walked on earth. Let's go there. Let's go to Hebrews 1:1. Because I don't want y'all to believe what I said. Let's see if we can get down to Hebrews 1:1. Hebrews 1:1. Where's Hebrews at? They go come right in. Hebrews somewhere down there. Hebrews 1:1. God, who in sundry time and different manner spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, but has in these last days, he's talking about the days that Jesus walked on earth and he spoke to us by his son. Has in these last days spoken to us by his son, who he has appointed house of all things, by whom he made the world. So Jesus walked on the earth in the last days. Last days, 2,000 years ago, approximately 2,000 years ago. But y'all still stretching it to the year 2014. Boy, y'all stretching it like a rubber band. It's going to pop. Watch that rubber band. Don't let it pop on you and hit you in the face now. Because y'all showed some stretch these last days about 2,000 years. Actually, y'all have stretched the last day longer than Israel was a whole economy, because the whole economy of Israel was about 15 or 1600 years. So these last days have been stretched longer than the whole economy of Israel when they was a nation. Boy, this is David Johnson. Thanks for listening to me, and I'm out of here.